chill spot. Been in my studio very early today, feeling good, feeling highly blessed and highly favored. Gonna do some editing in a little bit. Got a lot of work to do today, but decided to hop on right quick just for a moment. Why not? We also have the reminder deck. My own deck of cards, 33 reminders to support you in your expansion. Hope you're feeling good today. Let me know how you are feeling. Man, I'm feeling like a good 9. We got a lot of energy right now, a lot of energy today. Been sleeping good, been breathing good, been eating good, right? Feeling in alignment, that's beautiful. Alignment isn't hard to find when you have a sound mind, right? Alignment isn't hard to find. Oh, I have some cards over here. Alignment isn't hard to find when you have a sound mind. So that's what we're doing every morning. Making sure we're creating the right environment in the mind, right? Making sure it's a healthy place, a nice space to be in, because how much time do we spend in our mind? A lot. So let's make sure it's a beautiful place, a place we like to be in. You know, imagine your mind like a room. Sometimes you have to ask, like, what is in this room that no longer belongs? Is there any clutter? Is there anything I need to clean up and get rid of? Right? If there is, now you know why that, it's been disturbing your peace, even though peace is a process. Peace is something that we build over time. It's very beautiful. That's what the reminder deck says. My own deck of cards, 33 reminders. 33 reminders. It is back on sale right now. jono.com. Let me know how you are feeling. Let me know where you are in the world right now in the chat. I'm drinking some tea today. Of course. Let me see what the chat is saying. Grand Rising, we got Jilly here. We got Not So Social here. We have, who else is there? Yeah, Nessa. We got Puerto Rico. Shout out to Puerto Rico. I've actually been to Puerto Rico before. It's definitely a beautiful place. I enjoyed it. We had the UK. I'm coming out to the UK in 2026. It'll be my first trip. It'll be my first trip. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. Let me know where I got to go in the UK. Let me know where the hot spots are, where I got to eat and everything like that. Got a lot of work to do today, but wanted to make sure that, I center my mind so we can have a nice focused day. Moving the energy in the direction that matters. That is what is important every single day, and loving the work that we are doing, right? Placing meaning into it. What you love, you will live for, right? It's a lot easier to do things when we place love and meaning into it, when we put all of our effort into it, when we are true craftsmen with life, right? The more we put into life, the more life will give us. I know it doesn't feel like that sometimes, because it feels like some people get to cheat the system and everything like that. But at the end of the day, the more we put into life, life will give us something back. Not just in the material, but in the immaterial, which is the most important, right? We have Liverpool here. I like to see Liverpool. Whoop, whoop. Caroline says back in stock. Yes, we are back in stock. Back in stock, ready, locked, and loaded. Just sent out a shipment yesterday, so everyone that ordered in the past few days, you have a box coming to you. There's a box. It's me on the box. The box also has a magnet. The magnet was a nice touch. Got a magnet in there so it stays closed, can't fall out. It's also got a nice little ribbon in there. And I love this, this hieroglyphics. It's actually each card, the illustration of every card is on the back right there, like that. A lot of little details on this. This is the last time I will be stocking these. So this is the last round. I only, so many people were emailing me, so I was like, okay, we gotta sell them again. And as soon as I put them online, people started copying them right away. So I love to see, people are like, yo, I want to bless my mornings. I want to bless my evenings. People are like, I want to nourish myself. That is beautiful, right? It's beautiful how we are showing up for ourselves. We refuse to lose. We're doing everything we can, right, to take care of ourselves. That's the most important thing. Everything starts from there. That's our center. That is our center. Oh, I see. We also got Jamaica in the building. Shout out to Jamaica. I got to make my way back to Jamaica. I actually just became a Jamaican citizen earlier this year. So that was very nice. Kind of nice to like connect with like your ancestral lands. You know, my father was born in Jamaica. So I got to come back. I want to build a house out there. I want to build a house in like a little, we actually have some land, but I want to like build like some domes. Some domes where people can come and like hang out and have their own little dome to live in for like a week. And like we hang out and chill and drink a lot of tea. That would be a vibe. I think it would be a perfect vibe. Today's gonna be such a good day. I'm feeling good. What time is it? It's like 8:30 a.m. Woke up around 4 this morning, came to my studio. I did some recordings already this morning. You understand? Did some good breathing. You understand? Realize that today, man, everything is possible today. That's what I love about waking up early, is that like the day actually feels possible. You wake up with like the world is still quiet and like you just feel like, okay, I actually have like a full 24 hours today. A lot of times it feels like time is moving so fast, but that's because we're often distracted and we're not really realizing how much of our time is going into our phones or how much of our time is going into worries or distractions. And then we feel like we don't have all the resources to do what we were meant to do, but we actually have everything that we need to succeed. I think we have a card like that right here in the reminder deck. Let me find that one. We have everything that we need to succeed. 33 cards to support you in your expansion. There it is. I think we showed this one yesterday as well, but it's okay. That's why they're called reminders, right? We're supposed to remind ourselves of the things that are true and beautiful every single day. Let me know how you're feeling on this beautiful Thursday. I believe it is Thursday, right? All right, today's gonna be a beautiful day. We're gonna have a beautiful week. We're claiming it. We're saying it for ourselves. It's gonna be full of, I don't know, what's your day gonna be full of today? Focus, creativity, movement, maybe communication, connection, maybe joy, fun. I think actually today I'm gonna go get some Ethiopian food. I've been craving. Now I literally just went to an Ethiopian restaurant like 5 days ago, but I love taking myself out to a restaurant for dinner by myself. It's like a business meeting with myself or like a creative reset. Like I feel like a lot of my best ideas or things that I'm stuck on, I'll take myself out to like a really nice dinner completely by myself and just order a really good meal. And man, I just get to like go through everything that's been sitting in my mind and sort it out over some good food. So I think today I'm gonna go get some Ethiopian food. We're gonna work hard, we're gonna focus, and then we're gonna treat ourselves later, right? Work hard, play hard. That's what we like to do. Work hard, play hard. That's what we love to do. Tia says it's gonna be hopefully inspirational. I like that. Well, you are the inspiration itself, the living example of it. Creating that for the day for sure. We love that, we love that, we love that. Are your origins from Ethiopia? No, they're not. I often get that though. Lots of people think I'm Habesha. I definitely probably have some similar features, but no, my origins aren't from Ethiopia, but I love the culture, I love the food, and I love East Africa. So you know how it is, you understand? Quick reminder, because that's what we're doing today, the reminder deck. You are not lost, you are exactly where you are supposed to be, right? Finding the beauty in uncertainty. Right? At times we will ask, who am I, where am I going, what is my purpose? That is actually just a beautiful experience in itself. The fact that we have the ability to question ourselves, that we can like test ourselves, test our own limits, try out different things to see if it aligns or not, right? Sometimes we will waver within ourselves, but that's a beautiful experience in itself, right? Realizing and learning more about ourselves. But even in this feeling, it says you are exactly where you are supposed to be. Enjoy the journey. I always think about corn mazes, and like when I was a kid, we had this like maze of mirrors at the amusement park. And I always think about how you literally go into a maze of mirrors or a corn maze to get lost. Like if it's too easy, you have no fun. If you run into a house of mirrors and you can just, if you don't bang your face into the mirror, you don't bang your face into a wall, or if you go into a core maze and you're just able to walk in and get right out, you're like, yo, what did I pay? Why did I pay for this? Right? You go into there to get lost. And I actually think about life in the same way, that sometimes it's like when we feel lost in life, there's actually joy in that journey in itself. Sometimes you lose yourself just to realize who you really are, you know, just to have that contrast, to be like, oh man, you ever had that moment where you're like, damn, where was I? Where were you? Like when you feel like, oh man, I feel like myself again. Sometimes you lose yourself just to realize who you really are. And then you have more conviction and affirmation in who you are, and you can really move forward with more clarity and precision and power. So I'm always a big believer in actually embracing uncertainty. It's a gift. It's a gift. Uncertainty has the spirit of a child, the back says. It's curious, it's full of questions, right? If you think of a kid, every single day they wake up, they have no idea what is in store for them. They are not in control. The parents control everything, but they're still curious. They're full of questions. They hop in the car, they ask, are we there yet? Right? They ask questions about everything, about the nature of life, the universe. They ask silly questions. When you ask questions, it means when you ask a question in life, it means you are full of opportunity. When we are going through seasons of uncertainty, it means there's actually a lot of opportunity. Unfortunately, it seems like we're hardwired that like when we feel lost or we're in uncertainty, we think like the worst things can happen. But I would rewire the mind that when you go into a season of uncertainty, or you're at like a crossroad, instead of thinking like, oh my God, things are going to get worse from here, ask yourself, man, like anything could happen. The most beautiful thing could happen in my life as well. Tomorrow, I may step into the craziest opportunity of my lifetime. Tomorrow, I may meet someone that completely changes my life. Instead of thinking that you're just going to lose it all and the worst is going to happen. Because all the biggest change in my life, man, it seemed like it happened out of nowhere. I love that. How like one event, one thing could happen one day and change the course of your life. Think about many creators online doing their thing for a very long time, nobody watching them, nobody paying attention, bringing their offerings into the world. And then one day, boom, something just goes crazy viral, completely changes their life. There's been like multiple people like that on TikTok. You got that guy, Kabi or whatever, who doesn't talk. The black guy, he doesn't talk, do anything. That guy had like one video go off and then boom, life changed. You have many people do that. I've experienced moments of that in my life as well. So anytime I'm in a season of uncertainty, or I'm feeling like really lost, or I'm at like a crossroad, I'm like, man, there's a lot of opportunity in this space right now. Especially if I can center myself, center my mind, and just breathe through it. And understand that everything is working out in my favor. Nothing is happening to me. Everything is happening for me, right? We really rewiring our mind to see the light in things, right? Not being like naively optimistic where we don't do nothing, but we're actually so optimistic that it inspires action, that we're rooted in solutions, that any hurdle that we face, we know we can jump, we can learn, we can transform. We know that even if we can't do something, it doesn't mean we won't be able to do it. I can't does not mean I won't, right? I can't does not mean I won't. The back says limitations are real, of course. We all face them, we all experience them. But they are not here to stop you, but they are here to guide you, to mold you. I can't does not mean I won't. It just means you may not have the ability to accomplish your dream today, but the destination is in every step. I can't does not mean I won't. Be patient. I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, you gotta be a little bit more patient right now. Because I'm like eager right now in life for certain things. I'm like eager, I'm hungry. This morning I was like, be patient, man. Patience is faith. When you're patient, you're like, I know God got this. I'm gonna do everything that I need to do, and I'm gonna leave everything else to the unseen and let God do what God do. That's the whole concept of a Sabbath, that you trust and have enough faith that you can actually take rest, that you can rest and not overwork yourself, and know that when you rest, God is still working out things in your favor. You just may not be able to see it. So be patient, plan, right? And prepare. Proper preparation prevents poor performance, right? This is what I like about the reminder deck, is the reminders. You don't read them once and you're like, okay, I read it once, I'm done with it. No, you read them and then retell stories about yourself. You think about what it means for you today or in this season. You meditate on them. It can be a form of, oops, I got 2 decks here. Look at that. Actually, a couple people actually bought 2 decks, so I imagine they bought them as gifts. Christmas is coming up. Perfect gift. Perfect gift. Perfect gift. Who else is in the building right now? Who else is in the building right now? Miss Cella Green. I like that name, Miss Cella Green. JohnO.com for the reminder deck. I think after this, I'm going to do a study stream on YouTube. Oh, look at that. I just came to YouTube because I'm actually live on Instagram and YouTube. I just came to YouTube and the first, look at that. I swear I didn't see this before I said it. Adam's like, I need a study stream. I just said it and then I looked. Look at me and Adam are in alignment, yo. But I need some water. Yeah, I'm probably going to do a study stream over on YouTube in a couple minutes. I got some editing to do. It's 8:44. I'm still going to spend some time in the studio today. Why not? Why not? See 12 here. Nice to see 12 here. Nice to see everybody slowing down for a moment. We got Stacks here who says today is a day of celebration. I love that. Someone says, when do you know it's not a good time to travel? I got invited to Sedona, but I feel like I'm entering a rest cycle. Well, I think you just answered your question right there, right? You got the invitation, but you can already feel resistance to the idea because you're entering a different space. Actually, someone asked me to do something in another country. And I was like, man, I would love to do it, but that's just not the season I'm in right now. I'm like in a certain routine and rhythm right now that's just not for me. I remember right before the pandemic happened, I was supposed to go to South by Southwest, and I was supposed to go to Puerto Rico for Afro Nation for my birthday. And I was looking at the news and stuff, and I was just like asking people around. I'm like, man, I think there's going to be a pandemic. And everyone around me told me I was tripping. Everybody was, yo, you're tripping. I'm like, nah, I think something is happening right now. And the people I was supposed to go to South by Southwest with, it was for like a film they were showing there. And they really wanted me there documenting it. And I was like, yo, I'm not going. They're like, yo, you're tripping, bro. I was like, no, I could feel in my intuition. I'm not hopping on a plane right now. I canceled my trips. 3 days later, boom, pandemic gets announced. You gotta listen to your own intuition sometimes. You know what I learned in my life? Listen, it's important to have wise counsel, people you trust, right? People in your life who give you advice from their perspective. But sometimes you gotta know when to mute everybody and just know it's noise, because at the end of the day, only you are in your mind and your heart. At the end of the day, it comes back to you. You take the advice, the opinions, but you make that final decision. And so many times in my life, people advise me to do something against what I wanted to do, and I did what I felt was right, and it worked out. I wouldn't even be where I am today if I listened to everybody else. I would be in a completely different situation, not happy with my life. Sometimes you really have to be like, I love you, but your advice is bullshit. They cannot see what is in your mind and in your heart. I always say that, right? Like sometimes people are just judging your first few steps, especially when you explain your dream to somebody and like they give you this face like, nah, I don't know, that sounds too risky. They can't feel what is in your heart. They can just see like what you are saying and your first couple steps. So you can't really take the judgment, too seriously. You have to make it a reality, right? Even if people judge me off rip, which I'm used to, I actually laugh at it because I'm like, well, how are you supposed to know the depths of my soul, right? Like you're just forming a perception of me off of what you see right now, your own experiences of the world, right? Only you truly know the infrastructure and architect of your whole being, right? It takes other people time to get to know you. So at the end of the day, you have to make your own decision. Mel in the chat says that's how it is with my family. My family knows now, and my family is very supportive, but they know like I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to do what I want to do if I feel like it's right. One of my homies, G, he says the same thing. He's like, yo, Heinz, he's like, he'll listen to you, but if he thinks that it's a dumb idea, he'll just completely be like, nope. Nope. You know what it is? You know what's cool too? Is that like when you get that gut feeling and you trust it more often and then you prove yourself right, well, you have more evidence. You have more evidence. You're able to discern when your intuition is truly speaking to you or if it's like something else, right? So sometimes you have to take that leap and like, you know, just trust your instincts and see if it was right. And then you're like, okay, yeah, I know what I'm doing. You know, the Most High is speaking to me. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah. Reminder deck is on sale, jahno.com. That's JAHNO.com. We live on YouTube right now and Instagram. And after this, I'm going to do a study work with me stream. For those of you that don't know what a study work with me stream is, basically, I realize a lot of us, you know, we work by ourselves. You know, we got projects we're doing and it can be hard to focus because we're actually social beings. As much as I love working by myself, and I do a lot of things by myself, and sometimes it's true, you thrive better in a team because iron sharpens iron. We keep each other accountable. So we hop on these study streams, work with me streams on YouTube, and we just work, we study. I'm on the screen, pull up my computer, put a timer up, we go for 55 minutes, there's some music in the background. You need some support, there's some people in the chat, we take a little break, have some tea, get right back into it. Probably do 2 rounds today. 2 rounds today sounds good. You know, we apply ourselves, a little bit of a community, a little bit of accountability. It really helps. It really helps. And it's cool to see all the different things people are working on, different businesses, people in school, people with their side quests. You know, you got creators in there as well. You got some people who are just relaxing because rest is productive too at times. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is rest, right? Prepare yourself for the next day. You got Gigi here. Thank you, Gigi, who says, Heinz, I've been tuning in for 5 years. Wow, that's crazy. I've been doing this for 5 years. And I've grown so much because of you. Thank you. We got Mexico in the building. Shout out to Mexico. Oh no, I just lost the screen. Let me bring that back. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we got Mexico in the building. Nice to see you, Mexico. I've been actually wanting to come out to Mexico City. Maybe that's something I do in the winter right quick. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see. Beautiful morning, beautiful day. Man, I've been loving waking up. So I've been waking up at 4 a.m. again lately. And I just forgot like how great waking up at 4 is. Like it's 8:51 right now, a.m. And I've already recorded a video. I've already recorded a podcast. I already recorded something else that I'm working on, like a long project. I already, you know, had some time for myself, some tea, you know, some breathing. Did some like ideation. I've done a lot and it's only 8:51 right now. Crazy. I feel like everything after this is like bonus. I already feel like the day is successful. You know? We're in that season though right now where you may be making sacrifices, but they're sacrifices so you can have a deeper relationship with life. They are sacrifices so you can have a deeper relationship possibly with yourself or with the Most High. The back says at times we may have to let go of certain habits, thought patterns, or people. And this is not a loss, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity. We often forget what we are gaining when we are releasing something. The back says, take a seat and have an interview with yourself today. A seat at the table with your soul. There is much more to you than you even know, but it takes sacrifice to have a deeper relationship with yourself. Right? It takes sacrifice. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice the way you've been living, you know, the type of foods that aren't good for you, the things you've been doing to numb yourself, to clear the fog and see yourself again. And then you're like, oh my God, I've gained so much more. Not even focus on what you had to let go of. Beautiful. JAHNO.com, johno.com, the reminder deck back on sale. 33 cards to support you in your expansion. We're going to do a study stream in a couple minutes over on YouTube. So if you are on Instagram and you feel like you want a little bit of community and accountability, head over to YouTube. Let's see, we got Rwanda in the building on YouTube. Nice to see Rwanda in the building. We love Rwanda. We love East Africa. Will you be coming to Toronto soon? Probably not. I've actually never been to Toronto, even though I live in Canada, right? But like, I imagine there's people in America who've never been to New York or LA, right? So it's like the same thing. People often get surprised when I say I've never been to Toronto, but I never find a reason to go. Actually, I do have a reason to go. I do have family out there, but I don't know, when I travel, I'm like, there's so many other places I could go. And like, flying across Canada for people who aren't Canadian, like in America, you get pretty good prices flying between states. In Canada, it's expensive to fly between Canada. Like, I could go somewhere tropical for the same price as going to like Toronto. So like, anytime in the past, I go to Los Angeles over Toronto always, because I was like, well, I'd rather go see like palm trees and have the sun. Right? I could fly to Toronto. I could fly. It's actually a closer flight for me to Los Angeles than it is Toronto. I'm closer to LA than it is Toronto. Toronto's about a 5-hour flight. LA is about a 2.5-hour flight, and quite cheap too. I could go to LA for like round trip $300. I see we got some Canadians in the chat. Nice to see you, nice to see you, nice to see you. Someone said there was a Canadian volunteers on Somod Flotilla. I think that is an important topic to talk about, brother. I don't even know what that is, unfortunately. So I can't talk about something I have no idea what it is. But yeah, maybe you can continue that conversation. I just don't know what it is. But send in love regardless. Someone said, honestly, nothing special in Toronto. I live here for 38 years. Someone else is from Vancouver here. Yeah, I'm in Vancouver. Vancouver. The oceans and the deep green forest. That's beautiful. Okay, I think we gonna get ready for the study and work with me stream over on YouTube. So if you are on Instagram, I'm gonna be closing this stream. If you are on YouTube, I'm still gonna close this stream and restart a new stream. So if you just hang on a moment, you'll see a new stream on YouTube pop up, and then we'll get some work done. Thank you to everybody who tuned in on Instagram. I just want to pop in more often and just say hi with y'all, especially when I'm here chilling at the studio. Also the reminder deck, johno.com. For those of you interested, lots of you were emailing me, asking me to put them back on sale. So just trying to get the word out there, because I still get messages and comments, people saying, hey, like, when's the reminder deck going back on sale? I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I got to be more loud with things. Like Tyler, the creator, said, he's like, man, people make something and post it once. He's like, nah, you got to get it out there. So that's what we're doing. So we're going to be popping up more often with the reminder deck, popping up more often with things that we're doing, we're building, we're loving, we're growing, we're transforming, and we're doing it together. One love. I'll see you on the next stream. Go over to YouTube if you want to hop in.